entertainment show.
Jill swallowed her gum.
Comedy debate. I just swallowed my gum.
Is that what we're debating
No, you
about?
didn't.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
How
I
dare
did.
you
You
say
shouldn't
that.
even swallow
my.
gum.
No,
evidence.
there's never been a case.
Tonight on Oppositeness, I am Jill Lindsay. I'm your host, and I have 4 comedians here. Please feel
No,
free
you
to-
don't.
I don't.
Oh, are we arguing the
No,
entire way,
no,
or
no,
just?
no,
Oh,
not
sorry.
yet.
I
Not
thought
yet.
we argue everything.
Oh man, they're bringing
We'll
the
have
guns.
some topics.
He's ready.
We'll have
But
some
I want to argue. Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's ready. We're happy
No, we
to
got
have you,
this.
John.
No fear.
We
No
got
fear.
this.
No fear.
So,
We got
so
this. We're gonna
I have
take
2
them out.
teams here. All of them are comedians. Feel free to. We'll start with John. Who are you, John?
My name is John Cuellar, and I am wearing a shirt that many people think is Jimi Hendrix, but it's
Black Thunder.
actually close. Classic Don King is what this is.
Is that Black Thunder?
It's a reference nobody gets, is obviously, but
Well, Don King, he's the boxing promoter.
yes,
I got
very
you.
good. Yes,
I've
yeah,
watched
that-
so much
He was
television.
in Rocky too.
Yes, Rocky. He's exactly. He
All
was.
right.
Okay.
He was in Rocky.
Was he actually?
Yes.
He played Rocky.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I don't remember
Don King,
much.
the Rocky story.
And this lovely lady to my right.
Yes, hello. I am Katie, and my shirt is definitely not as cool as his. It's just got a cool design.
Still
so
very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Still very cool. Still very cool.
No, it isn't. Okay.
And these
Shut up,
animals.
Scott.
These animals on my left on Team
Animals.
Purple.
Animals.
Who are you
Animals.
guys?
We're talking about shirts. My name is Zach. I'm wearing a Frozen Banana Stand T-shirt from Arrested
It's
Development.
all about shirts, guys.
All about shirts.
I'm Connor. I don't know who. I don't know this.
I don't
What's
know
this?
who are those people.
What's this?
Ramones.
The Raymonds.
Remains?
The
Yeah, no,
Raymonds.
I don't. I
Everybody loves the Raymonds.
yeah, the Raymonds.
Everyone loves
It's the number 1 show on CBS, right? Yeah.
It's also a delicious type of noodle, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
It
Raymond
is.
sandwich.
It is.
Yeah, there we go.
It is.
And
So-
there's Raymonettes.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yes. So tonight, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be arguing some topics. These comedians do not get to choose what they are arguing. I will tell them what they're arguing, and then we will flip a coin, and they get to, the winning team of the coin flip, red is heads, purple is tails. If it lands on a heads, the red team gets to choose which side of the argument they would like. The left side, the purple team over here, the tails, I don't know if you're going to be tails, but you might be, they will get to decide who goes first. Every argument is going to be about 30 minutes. That's a long argument. It's going to be 3 minutes long, and then we will have a rebuttal, and then we will decide who wins the round.
Do we have a
There will
timer?
be a couple of rounds. I do have a timer on my phone.
I think we can use the timer on the computer.
Technical difficulties.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's been a night of technical difficulties. If you have seen our oppositeness, if our expert
We're not going to be using the online timer right now. Just
Sounds good.
things.
Sounds good.
So
Sounds good.
Zach's gonna be my hero, and
I have 13% of my bag.
Remember
okay,
that.
I'm gonna be my own hero.
Remember
because I'm a
that.
woman.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just yell out.
Okay. Wait, Jill. Bond will be your hero.
That'd be better.
Vaughn will be my hero.
Yes.
I don't have to be in here, so it's fine.
All right.
He'll
Okay.
yell out the time, and I will repeat the time because you won't hear what he
It's
yells.
comedy night on
I
Color
would
Circus.
assume.
Pretend like you know.
I know
Seven
these
nights,
things. I
comedy
just know.
nights.
So for our first topic of arguments, it is going to be
Is it a hot topic?
most
It's a cold
American sport. Baseball versus football.
Oh.
I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to do the coin toss. And I'm going to do what I did last time, which was make Zach. I said Zach. I didn't say Scott. Zach, hold my mic while I do this.
It's an homage to earlier.
And it is tails.
Woo!
Purple
We can choose what
is
topic we
tails.
are.
You get to choose which side of the argument, baseball or football.
Fake huddle. Fake huddle.
Discuss.
Fake huddle.
Okay, they're going to argue between themselves because they can't decide.
Trust me.
Football.
Football is their choice for most American sport. So that means the red team over here on my right, your left, camera left, is going to be baseball. You guys get to choose. Are you going to be first to discuss or argue, or last?
I get to decide. So I'm going to make you guys go first and waste
Good
all your
choice.
energy and shoot
Good
your shot.
choice.
Okay.
There we go.
I
There
got
we go.
this. I got
All
this
right.
real quick. All right.
3 minutes on the invisible clock, the Bond clock, the Jill clock. Bond's not here. What are we talking about?
Fun Jill.
All right, and 3 minutes and go.
First off, I'm going to destroy any argument they create by saying they don't have an argument. What's
Oh.
baseball? It's
What's-
America's pastime. Key word in that. Past.
Past.
Past. It's old news. You know what's great about baseball?
What? Tell me.
Literally nothing.
Yeah,
I have to keep up with points. I have to keep up with averages. I graduated high school. I don't need to give a shit about math. 6 points, that's all I need to know. Football got it covered. They get it. They got it. There's violence. It's hitting. There's cheerleaders. There's rock and roll music. I mean, come on. They don't have an argument. Zach, go for it.
Can you name me a single modern day baseball player that's famous?
Who?
One.
I'm listening.
I can name
Listening.
you at least 40 famous, probably not, 20 famous football players.
There we go.
Right
I
off the top of
cannot.
my head, okay?
I cannot.
All right. Also, billions of dollars for the NFL. What is the professional league baseball thing called? It's the dumb ball hitting, swinging, fence off thing.
Yeah,
Right?
I got another thing.
Yeah.
thing. All right. If Cuba didn't exist, we wouldn't have baseball.
2
Wouldn't
minutes.
exist.
2 minutes, guys.
Yeah. Who likes Cuba, right?
We love Cuba.
Oh, we
Well, I'm
love
just
Cuba.
saying, football. America makes football players. It makes them happen.
What do
All
you,
right.
Every year when you're trying to find the newest and coolest things, what do you watch?
I watch football.
Well, like during the halftime
I don't
show,
see
right?
the Avengers Infinity War 2 trailer at the MLB
Easy,
game.
yeah.
No, I see it in the Super Bowl. Keyword, super. All right. You know what I don't understand why they call it a World Series?
What?
There's just 2 countries in this World Series, America and Canada. And who gives a shit about Canada? Am I right?
right?
Yeah, I mean we're just
Yeah.
killing it. We're crushing. Look, we're so good. We're so confident. You guys got
You
nothing.
never see any baseball players in famous commercials either.
No.
Fucking, you got
Jose Canseco, who?
What?
Right,
Who?
right there. Sammy Sosa. What?
Sammy Sosa.
Also steroids. If baseball doesn't have steroids, baseball doesn't have a game. But baseball can't have steroids. Baseball's terrible. It's garbage.
It's bad.
I think you still have some more time. 1
1
minute
minute.
left.
Oh, we are killing it. We are killing.
I thought we had,
This
like,
is
second
really just a
left.
baseball slam. You know
Talk about-
another.
Let's famous football players.
I mean, Brett Favre,
Favre.
Tom Brady, the
Tom
greatest
Brady.
athlete that ever lived.
Number one,
Number
go.
one. Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
I mean, let's Dan Marino. He was there. He was in
there.
Ace
Aaron
Ventura.
Rodgers. He does all those stupid car commercials.
30 seconds.
Rodgers.
Any baseball players doing car commercials.
Brian Urlacher. He's from New Mexico. Do you
He is
know
from
any?
Miami.
Do you know any famous New Mexican baseball players?
No.
No.
Baseball doesn't-
Baseball's trash. Isa What's?
Who?
Who? The
15
Mets.
seconds.
Please. I'm so scared of this team called the Mets. I mean, in football, you have the Lions, you have the Bears, you have the Bengals, Tigers,
Tigers.
you have the
5
Dolphins.
seconds.
Dolphins are terrifying. Dolphins are terrifying. All right.
And you're done here. Team football.
I think we
Just
scored a
giving it to
touchdown.
him. Giving
Slam
it to
dunk.
him. Slam dunk. They even know
Goal.
what sport they're playing. All right, and let's give it 3 minutes on the clock, on the invisible clock, to the red team, Team Baseball, and go.
Well, first of all, I mean, I just want to say that how convincing an argument can you start out with when you start out in the style of a local sports talk show for your argument, bordering somewhere between a bad rapper and his hype man. I mean, if you have to resort to such tactics to kind of to brace yourself against our argument, we don't have much work to do here, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway. So baseball has been around since the dawn of time, give or take a few dawns, and football has been around for like 3 or 4 years. So, I mean, baseball has definitely been around a lot longer. Baseball was racist longer, which is more American. America is racist, and baseball is way more racist. Ty Cobb, one of the greatest baseball players ever. He's now a lawyer, former lawyer for Donald Trump. He was one of the greatest, most well-known baseball players in the entire history of baseball, and he was a noted racist. Good or bad, I'm not going to argue that point, but it is very American, how long it's been around and the changes it's gone through. Now, that was the beginning, but then baseball progressed. Baseball progressed, it integrated. and eventually brought many people together. It
History
brought
lesson, guys.
That's
History
right.
lesson.
It brought our fine Cuban friends over. You know, if they could hit a ball, then hey, they could come to America, and I think that's a very important thing. I mean, what are your feelings on baseball here as far as lungs?
Honestly, it is America's pastime. I mean, there's stadium hot dogs, beer, fireworks
Hot
after
dogs,
shows.
fireworks.
Not to mention the fact football actually means soccer to the rest of the world.
Ooh.
So you guys
Football.
kind of
Football.
have
Fighting
a little
words.
kind of like Forrest
Fighting
Gump
words
moments
here.
there, because you're supposed to kick the ball with your foot. So why do you call it football if all you do is, stuff with your hands? At least baseball, we honor the ball and we hit the ball and we smack it. That's a home run. So, I mean, come on. And then not to mention, you guys are talking about the honorable NFL players. Oh, they are so great to look up to. I mean, a lot of them are wife beaters. And, they kind of smack their girlfriends around in elevators. And they also do hit and runs and kill people. So last time I checked, baseball players hadn't really killed anyone.
Not only that, but do you know why there's a propensity for football players towards violence? I'll tell you
tell,
why.
John.
Yeah,
Do tell.
CTE. You know what happens once your brain gets jumbled around? It starts forming this plaque, much like plaque. Yeah, that's right. And what'll happen is your brain pretty much this plaque gets into your brain, and before you know it, you have emotional problems. You can't remember things. What was I talking about?
Baseball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Injury.
So
Baseball's the greatest. That's
yes.
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's right. So baseball, less head injuries. It's safer.
And time. You got 2 minutes
All
to
right.
rebuttal.
Oh, we're going back.
Oh man. Okay. First
That's
off,
what rebuttal means.
Are we ready to go?
And take it away.
I don't like them attacking our debate style. All right, that's petty.
We're comedy
it's
style.
insecure. It's not necessary.
No.
It's inappropriate. They
Inappropriate.
didn't focus on the issues. First off, they
Interest.
brought up racism. All right, you're right. What's more American than racism? Beating your wives.
Exactly.
The 1950s made an entire decade out of it, and America loves it. There's an entire music group devoted to the 1950s. Our president wants to go back to that time. America wants to go back to the time when football players were appropriately beating the crap out of their wives because they didn't know what they were doing. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not taking their side. I'm just saying it's American. We got to deal with it. Football's better than baseball. Baseball, they got to rely on Central America to get any player we're
right?
talking about.
What's American about bringing in people from other? Oh shit, that's pretty American.
That is pretty American. Don't get me wrong. And also, I'm going to attack that football claim. You know what? I don't care that the rest of the world calls soccer.
What's more American than having your own name for something you're like, fuck the
1
rest
minute.
of the world. This is our name. We're taking it. This word belongs to us
The
now.
entire world uses the metric system except us. The fact that we call football soccer makes it the most American thing in the world. The fact that we call football, God bless football. I mean, I'm hearing country music, the American flag's going, those jets that fly during I see them. We are the real Americans in this debate here. Those guys, they're a bunch of populist, leftist.
Do you know what else is American?
What else is
Music.
American? Music.
You know what we play at halftime? How many
Music.
famous baseball shows have you seen? With
Oh, remember Beyonce at the World Series halftime
the
show?
Queen? They had that one.
Queen Bey?
Justin Timberlake.
Beyonce played for football. Football's better.
10 seconds.
The Queen. We also had a dead Prince hologram came on that. I never see that in an MLB
Yeah,
game.
yeah. You might be lucky if you get a dead Courtney Love.
And time.
She's not dead yet, guys.
You don't know that. You can't prove that.
All right, it's getting rowdy here. A rebuttal on the red side. 20. 2 minutes. And go.
Okay, so you guys want to talk, smack about, the rest of the world and whatnot. I mean, at least other countries can kind of get the concept of baseball fairly easy. When other people try to copy football, like in Canada, you have these mutant teams with 13 players and the field is just like twice as long. So what's that? They can't even copy football, right? Because that's how dumb it is. And, come on, for crying out loud, baseball, at least, Japanese play it, the Chinese play it, not just the Cubans, not just our brothers in South America.
Yeah, how did
people around
NFL
the
Europe
world.
go, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Where did
Kinda
that
like,
go? Am
Kind
I
of like
right?
Disneyland France. That's exactly where that went.
Now they talked about the halftime show. Oh, this great halftime show.
Ain't
that
nobody got
lasts
time for that.
Almost
We're
as long
playing
as the
sports.
game. Yeah. Why you want to sit through a halftime show that lasts 2 hours long? The game's a half an hour. Why do
Because
they
they
make it
need
longer?
a break. They need to rest.
Yeah,
Baseball players don't need to rest. No,
The
they go
second-
at it all the time.
That's
Infield,
right.
outfield, batting,
1
pitching.
minute.
Also, you know why they do the halftime show? Because the second half of the Super Bowl usually sucks, and you still have to sit through those shitty Papa John commercials.
Exactly. The
where you
commercials
see
are
him-
the best part of the football. Uh-huh.
That is the best part. What can you say about the Super Bowl other than the commercials? I mean, nobody really cares about the actual game, am I right? It's all
Exactly.
about the commercials.
And Aaron Rodgers, come on, double check this. Baseball is better. Come on, just give it up. Give it up.
30 seconds.
They have more stars. We may not know their names, but they definitely have more stars. I'll
Like
tell you,
A-Rod, Derek Jeter.
I think both of those guys are retired.
Doesn't
Babe
matter.
Ruth,
Babe Ruth.
Ty
exactly.
Cobb, Jackie Robinson.
Ted
I'll give you
Rose.
some more.
We got we
Wild
have a candy
Thing,
bar
yeah.
named after Baby Ruth for come
Tom
on.
Berenger, yes, him too.
15 seconds.
Corbin
Tom
Burnson,
Selleck,
yeah,
Kevin
him
Costner.
too.
They
Bets for
make
bets.
they
They keep
make
bets
more
forward.
movies about baseball than they do about football.
And football will be
And
forgotten in 10 years.
time. 15
Sandlot.
seconds a little later than I thought. All right. Most American sport. I mean, you got wife beaters over here. You got hot dogs over here.
You left out the racism part.
You got racism
Getting
over
to
there.
it. Give us some time.
You got some really nice people on this team over here. It's okay, just like,
I think you just.
I think your hair looks very nice today.
Yes, Jill, you're.
Is
you're,
that a new shirt?
You're glowing.
I do have to say, most American, the argument was made when it was brought down to the, we took our own word. We bring people in. I mean, I'm torn here. There's a lot of things going on,
Zach, give
but
Jill
it
$1.
is very much American
Give her a
to
quarter.
take something that doesn't exist and make it your own. And I gotta say, I was really team baseball, but I guess you guys won me over. It's football. Most American.
Hoorah.
I don't know what that says about America, but it's most American.
God bless us, every one of us.
Oy vey.
Oy vey.
So round 1 goes to Team Purple, Connor.
Congratulations.
And Zach.
Congratulations.
I accept all the applause.
It
You
was a
deserve
great
it.
argument. It was a long time, guys. 3 minutes is a long time. 2 minutes, I think, is better, but we're only going to keep that for the rebuttals. So keep your stuff in line.
We're ready. We're ready.
Second round. I'm still going to do the coin toss. Coin toss.
Coin toss. I like that better.
Coin toss.
It's
What
okay,
is up
Jill.
with me? I do this every time. Coin toss. Because I like to. And I don't want to give anyone like a win.
Yeah, no continuous
Yeah,
rampage
no.
for Team Purple there.
So, Katie,
Killing it.
Yes.
hold my mic.
Yes.
Oh, she's holding your mic.
I get to double fist it this time.
And it is heads. Let's find out what we're going to be arguing because I totally forgot to say that part.
Which means us?
Yeah.
Thin crust versus deep dish. And
We
you
get a
get
pick?
you get to
No,
pick.
they get to
Oh,
pick.
we get to pick.
Oh, I'm
We're
ready.
gonna choose deep dish.
So this did not work in my favor.
You wanted me to argue deep dish?
I
You were
really
gonna-
wanted
you were-
Connor
you
to
were
argue
going-
deep
oh.
dish. I really, really did. I had alternative motives.
I got this. I got this.
So we already know how Connor feels. You may not know. But also, audience, you are more than welcome to tune in, throw us some comments, tell us what you feel about their arguments, who you think should win. Don't forget, you are a part of this just as much as we are. So please, chime in on the comments. We want to hear them. Deep dish over here, thin crust over here. Who is going to go first? You go first. Okay. So, Team Purple's
You
going
wanna
to go
take this one?
first.
All right.
3
Just tag
minutes
me
on
in
the
whenever you're
clock.
ready.
And go.
Do you want to die Because that's what's going to happen if you eat that much pizza, guys, okay? Thin crust is good, it's delicious, it's tasty, and it's in a moderate portion, okay? You're going to die at the age of like 40 if you're glutting down these thick-ass fucking pieces of bread, pretty much the size of your face at that point, right? Are you going to go for a swim in the mozzarella, huh? That would be uncomfortable. You'd get cheese all over and you'd probably drown to death.
Listen, I like eating a bowl of cheese and sauce and meat as much as the next guy. But sometimes I got shit I gotta do. All right? Deep dish, it's this whole ordeal. I have to plan it. I have to plan my day around it. I have to make sure that every other meal I eat during the day revolves around that deep dish pizza. Because it's not just a slice. It's not just a slice. It's this bowl of crap. Thin crust is actual pizza. You Chicago natives in your winter town next to Canada, you guys sat there and went, how can we ruin the greatest thing ever? This flat surface with cheese and sauce and toppings, and it's delicious, and you put some oregano on it.
Hey, Connor, if you're out in the woods, what do you want to carry more likely? A deep dish or a flat?
I mean, I definitely want to carry a thin crust, because if that bear's chasing me, that deep dish is going to weigh me down.
Exactly.
And I don't want to sacrifice my pizza to outrun that bear. It's smarter. Deep dish will kill you. It's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
You know what? We're on this whole American kick. You know what else is American? Diabetes. And what creates diabetes? I'll
dish
tell you.
pizza.
Bowls of cheese and sauce and shit. Thin crust is where it's at. Now, if we were arguing stuffed crust, oh, I don't know. I'd have to put
thin crust.
It's thin crust, okay? They make brick oven thin crust. They make round thin crust. They make thin crust that's so thin and wide that you can fold it, and it's like you're eating a taco of pizza. You can't do that with deep dish.
Nope.
You have to eat it with a fork. You know who eats things with a fork? Communists. I don't want communists in my America. Not in my America. Not in my Domino's. All right? One minute is all I need to tear down any deep dish argument you have. Okay, I get it. The cheese is melty. The cheese is thick. The sauce is tomatoey. Fuck that. It's old news. It's just pop. It's just pop. There's nothing to it. There's no substance. It's just how much garbage can I put in this bread? I'm into this. I'm so ready. You guys got
30
nothing.
seconds. You got
30
anything,
seconds.
Zach?
Zach,
Got
go.
something to say. Hey, Connor, you know what's sharp?
What's sharp?
Thin bread.
Thin
If
bread.
you're in prison, you know what you're going to stab someone with?
No.
Thin bread.
Thin bread. You try to
Thin
stab
bread?
him with a deep dish, it's just going to go.
No, you can go.
It's just going to splatter. You're just making a mess. That's just instigating a food
And then
fight.
you're gonna be exactly. You want to get dirty and messy in prison?
No.
You know what happens to dirty and messy people in prison? They take a shower.
Yeah, I don't want to get sauce all over my nice, clean prison jumpsuit.
Exactly. I'd
10
rather ship
seconds.
someone with my pizza.
You guys got nothing. You could put feta on thin crust.
Feta?
Can't put
Ooh.
feta in a deep dish. It gets
it's
lost.
just fucking
It gets
gone.
lost. What's the point of putting the feta?
And
no feta.
time. Oy vey. I'm hurt, guys. My soul is just, it's sad.
Sorry.
And I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
I feel like you need to
To
recuse
hear.
yourself for this.
Biased opinions not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Have a good argument, guys. Deep dish.
She's actively rooting against us.
Well, you kind of
She's
said some
usurping.
bad things.
It's my heart.
Yeah,
It's at
exactly.
Chicago.
Exactly.
I'm
And
Chicago.
She's from Chicago, which is why. I
Okay. All right. All bias aside. Go for it. Do it.
Go.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Just kidding. 3 minutes on the clock. Go.
Well, speaking of killing things, I mean, you stab the roof of your mouth with a crunchy, dry, unnecessarily crusty thin crust pizza. I mean, that's a hazard in and of itself. At least with deep dish pizza, you can kind of get all sumptuous and you dig your fork in. And it's like, you know, this whole event and this whole experience, you know, you don't have to just be from Chicago to enjoy the pizza. Chicago comes to you, and you get to have a love affair with Chicago. So, I mean, it's just this beautiful thing that is encapsulated in layers of sauce and meat and cheese and bread. And what do you get
Yum.
with thin
My mouth is
crust?
watering,
Bread.
guys.
You get bread and maybe some burnt
A
ass
little bit of
cheese.
ketchup on there too. Is that what
Exactly.
they put on thin crust?
Exactly.
Ketchup and some shredded cheese.
It just gets
And that's
burnt
about it.
off because there's no substance with
2 minutes.
with thin crust. There's
Not only
substance with
that,
deep
but
dish.
how many pieces of thin crust do you have to eat? 20 just to get full?
Exactly.
Not filling at
you
all.
can get full off of one deep dish pizza. See, talk about
Off of
American.
one
This will
piece.
feed America. and
That's
isn't
right.
that
That's
important?
right. Now you mentioned having to plan your meals or your anal sex or whatever it is around eating a piece of deep dish.
I believe anal sex
well,
was
the
involved.
whole thing about that is, what else are you eating? All you need is deep dish, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to eat anything else when you got the deep dish? And as far as the diabetes goes, what did they uninvent? Diabetes juice? What's that called?
Insulin.
I believe it's called diabetes juice.
What did that get uninvented?
Come on, John, help me.
Get some Novolog, that's a brand of insulin. Get some Humulin, that's another one. And just take those injections. Eat all the pizza that you want, deep dish preferably, because we know obviously it's more delicious. It's like going to Chicago
Exactly. And
without being robbed or shot.
yeah, exactly.
1 minute.
And I don't know anybody who doesn't love to go deep. I mean, come on.
Papa
Going
John
deep-
said it.
Exactly.
That's right. Peyton Manning took him deep, am I right?
Yes.
That's
Peyton
right.
Manning took him very deep.
Really true.
Called him
Exactly.
the DD after that. And I'm assuming it meant deep dish. I don't
We're
know.
hoping.
It meant
We're
deep
hoping,
something,
you
but
know.
it was very special. And not only that, but I heard, you know what they heard? What I heard, I heard they
I don't know,
shared.
tell me what
did
they
they
shared.
hear?
Let 'em
Tell me,
tell
yeah.
You tell, John.
They heard John was a moron, and it was like
No,
widely known, but
no.
still making a succinct argument about why deep dish is
30
so great.
seconds.
Yeah. So I mean, you have nothing to compare to the ooey, gooey layers of deep dish.
Yeah, take your
That's enough
saltines with
said.
ketchup and shredded
Exactly.
cheese. Take that crap out of here, man. Would I had to
Exactly.
eat 50 of those just to feel like my tummy's slightly full.
5 seconds.
I have to have a lap band if I'm going to eat a thin crust, and I'm going to want to feel
Time.
full.
And time. Oh, man.
Let me at
I
him.
really don't want to know.
Let me at him.
I really
Connor,
don't
you're
want to know,
chomping
guys.
At the bits.
I'm ready.
Oh, I know you're ready, Connor. This was our opportunity, man.
You should have been on the
This
show,
was
Jill.
this was our
Why
opportunity.
are you hosting? This was a mistake.
No, it was our opportunity to, like, you argue for deep dish so that we could be friends.
I wouldn't have meant a word. I wouldn't have meant it. Would have been for the
Didn't
show.
matter.
You would have
It was
flopped.
just-
If anything, thin crust is good for television.
All right, and 2 minutes on the clock.
Do you know? Okay,
Go.
let me tell you the history of the invention of the deep dish
Yeah,
pizza.
tell me.
Chicago Cubs lose the World Series again.
Baseball's already bad. We know.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Our baseball team sucks. What are we gonna do? I mean, I have this huge mound of bread. I see you got this
We're
fucking.
talking about pizza. We're
You
not
got
talking
this,
about
this
Chicago.
gallon
No,
of sauce. I have this entire
great.
mound of
It is
cheese.
great.
Let's just put it together. Let's just put it together and eat our feelings. Deep dish is for sad
Hey,
people.
hey, have you ever been to buffet before?
Yeah, I've been
Do
to
you-
a buffet.
Do you consider buffet quality food? No,
Yeah.
right?
No, I don't. No.
You go to buffet because you're gonna eat a shit ton of food. This
Yeah,
is
exactly, exactly.
Emangulation.
Your pizza deep dish is the
The-
pizza equivalent of Golden Corral.
Oh, all right. That's what
Thin
deep dish
crust
is.
pizza is the restaurant equivalent of Quiznos.
You know,
it's everywhere.
there's
You
a
can't
reason they
escape
call
it.
thin
No one
crust
wants to go
pizza-
to Golden Corral.
No, it's gourmet. There's a reason they call thin crust
1 minute.
gourmet. There's a reason.
I am
Because-
frustrated. I am upset.
Jill,
Keep
listen
going.
to this. Jill, this is to you. You can.
You need to
don't
listen.
Touch me. Touch
There's a
me.
reason it's thin. You can fit so much flavor.
You want to talk about ooey gooey? Just shove more cheese on the thin crust. Problem
Yeah.
solved. You guys act like cheese is this hard thing to come by. It makes no sense to us thin crust people. Thin crust is for parties. Thin crust is for late nights.
Thin crust is for you, America.
Thin crust is for breakfast. Thin crust is for everyone. Deep dish is for this one state in the United States of America because they don't have anything else. They don't have anything else. I'm sorry.
30
I'm saying it.
seconds.
I'm saying it,
10
Dad.
seconds.
I'm saying it to you, Dad. Chicago has nothing. It's got nothing on thin crust.
Chicago's cool. It's whatever. But the pizza's bad. Thin crust.
3, 2, 1, done. Get out of here. Okay, let's just huddle. Okay,
Yes.
let's huddle against
Okay.
thin crust. Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm heated. I have some things though that when this round is over. Oh, if you guys don't say it, I will.
I've been to Chicago. It's a lovely place, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks.
It's
saw
too
the
late.
Cubs play.
It's too late to brown nose your way to
Yeah,
victory
it's
because
a
you're
little
gonna.
late.
I had a
You're gonna
Viking
lose.
pizza.
I don't know. I feel like that.
You could have just instantly won this round if you just had deep dish.
I know. And I feel like that's unfair.
Wonderful deep dish
Yeah.
Yes.
side. 2 minutes to rebuttal. Think. What is great
Hey,
about deep dish, but also what is not so great about thin crust? They're getting you guys. They're telling you all the bad things about deep dish.
Are you
I wanna
coaching
know
them?
The bad things. No, trust me. I will do it to you as well.
Sounds.
Go.
Thin crust is deep dish rejects.
is.
Okay.
Deep dish, deep jizz. Sounds exactly the same. Coincidence? Think not.
And to throw a deep diss on you for crying out loud. Thin crust is the rejects that cannot be included in the perfection that is deep dish pizza. I mean, thin crust is ratchet. It's horrible. It's what people use to like cover their windows in hurricanes because nobody wants to eat that, and it'll withstand
Practical.
hurricane force winds.
Very
You
similar to
can't chew
particle
that.
board. You're
You'll
right, yeah.
break your teeth on that. Deep dish you can sink your teeth into and you can enjoy. It's flavorful. It's delightful. I mean, you really cannot go wrong with deep dish.
John, you got anything to say?
Thin crust has no substance. It's very gossamer. I feel like thin crust is just so plain vanilla. You take a bite and it's like chewing air.
1 minute.
I mean, why in the world would you just want to chew air? You want something you can taste. You want something that's going to fill you up. You want something that isn't necessarily made with jism, despite what my partner may have misspoke about.
Whatever
But
she puts in her deep dish is up to her.
hey, whatever you want in your deep dish, that's the beauty. You can't put jism on a thin crust, can you? No, somebody's going to see that right off the bat. You want to hide something inside of a pizza, some sort of bodily fluid. Deep dish is obviously the way to go. It's probably going to make it taste better just because you can mix so many flavors inside of a deep dish.
15, 30 seconds.
Thin crust, you can't do that, right?
Yeah, and you talked about deep dish being a buffet. Well, that's because it's a one-stop shop. You know, thin crust, it's like nothing, empty air. You don't get satisfied with thin crust. You get satisfied with deep dish.
10
The
seconds.
Bible talks about how bad thin crust is.
Exactly.
It speaks of the apocalypse.
It says you
one
shall
of
not
the
eat
four horsemen,
shellfish.
yeah.
You shall not eat thin crust.
And
you
thou
shall
shalt-
not eat pork.
Exactly. Both of those are in the
Passage, please.
Bible.
And time.
Can we get the passage on that?
yeah, can we get
The
an example?
passage is
Leviticus 16:2.
Can you look that up, please, audience?
You know, if they are
probably-
lying.
Leviticus is the one with all the rules.
Listen,
okay.
friends. Listen. There are some really great things about deep dish. There are some really great things about thin crust.
More
There are
for thin
times when
crust.
I just want thin crust.
More for deep dish.
Chicago makes thin crust too. I don't know why Chicago has to be a part of the argument when it's not Chicago that we're arguing. And therefore, gotta give it to the deep dish.
You killed
No,
us.
no,
They
no.
never said
Bias.
anything bad about New York.
Bias.
They never said anything bad about California.
We
they
kept it
talked about the
pizza.
quality and the quantity.
They said bad stuff about America.
No, we actually said good stuff about America.
They
Couldn't handle it.
Rewind
we were
and
too
say-
real on that one.
You're a little too real.
We got real on that one, Zach.
You hurt my
I
heart.
said Chicago was nice.
You did.
After the
you did
fact.
after you just bashed it.
Like, why you
Round
gotta bring
two.
the cubbies?
No
in?
regrets.
505 for
Yeah.
life.
goes to the red team. Does that make me biased?
A little bit.
Who fucking cares?
You were very upset that we did not get deep dish.
I was really upset. I was excited for what you would say.
Yeah.
It's deep dish. How the fuck do you not?
Thank
It's
you
thin
so
crust.
much.
Right?
It's thin crust.
Exactly.
I want to enjoy pizza, not do a whole thing.
I choose to not answer because I feel like
got
I
it.
would ruin my previous statements.
Okay. So
Can we meet in the middle and call hand tossed?
also,
Yeah,
just
hand
one
tossed.
thing that I have to say, guys. Stuffed crust is the best out of everything.
It is.
Yes.
Stuffed crust is
Can we
best.
all
Stuffed
agree?
crust is-
Can we
Yeah.
all
Yes.
agree?
It's sad that Pizza Hut holds the market on
But
deliverable.
the thing about thin
stuffed crust.
crust,
Yes.
and I know I'm a host and I shouldn't be arguing, but the thing about thin crust, you're wrong.
You are wrong.
No, you're only wrong about one thing, and you can't put extra cheese on a thin crust and it stay up to the standards. It's just gonna fall It's just gonna fall.
No, you have the wrong attitude.
It's
She
not.
has the right
I have
attitude.
the right attitude.
You
Yeah.
guys, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
All right.
yes.
Don't be jealous,
All right.
Connor.
Now,
That was our point, Zach.
don't look.
That was not your point.
That was our point. That was some solid arguing.
Okay. Oh, these are the wrenches. No one look. Okay.
Hand tossed.
Okay. Hand tossed. I gotta say. I mean, both
be
of you.
Put
Switzerland.
the stuff across.
I need you to be Germany with me.
I surrender.
Okay.
That's
all
France.
right.
That's France.
All right. Next round. You guys are. You each have a point.
We're tied.
So this is breaking that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Going
And then
down.
after the third round, we're gonna get into some wrenches. You're gonna have to argue with some stuff, with some weird accents, with some weird.
As long as Zach does not have to give me a blowjob again.
no blowjob enactments.
There's no P sessions probably. In
No.
this, is there?
No. Okay. So here's the deal. This third round, we're going to make a speed round. So it's going to be 2 minutes each and then a minute to rebuttal.
Okay.
Got it? Cool.
Okay.
Kids versus no kids. Where's my quarter?
Controversial.
Ooh, boy.
Oh.
I really hope we get kids, because my no kids argument's solid.
Heads.
Oh, thank God.
So what would you like to argue? We're gonna choose no kids. We're gonna throw you a bone, Connor, and let you argue kids.
No, my no kids argument would have gotten dark.
Has my
Yeah,
mic
how
been
does
off
it-
the whole time? 'Cause I just fell. Okay, good. I'm like, I just argued a lot and I wasn't supposed to, but I still wanted people to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Red team. No kids.
No kids. Mm-hmm.
Purple team. Kids. Adults. Whoever you are. Firster.
I want them to go first.
All right.
Okay.
No kids.
No kids.
And
Okay.
2 minutes.
You like the planet, right?
Yeah, I love the planet.
Well, everybody's always coming up with these solutions about what can we do for the planet this, what can we do for the planet that, cut down pollution. You know, you can do one thing right now.
What's
no
that?
kids.
Ooh.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know how that works? No kids, no resources taken, no natural resources used, no carbon footprint. Isn't that right? No
That-
kids,
yeah,
right?
That is.
Not only that, but it's more convenient just to not have them. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cost effective because you save on money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are not good with money, you could splurge with that on trips. And if you don't have any kids, then you don't need to worry about babysitters.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to worry about schools.
That's correct.
And you don't need to worry about vaccinating your kids.
Yes,
You know,
that
so
causes
it's-
autism.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah. But I mean, there's.
proven fact.
Ooh!
Oh my God.
No!
Yeah, well, let me skirt around that issue and get back to the topic of no kids. Less worries, less troubles, less stress.
Yeah.
Kids give you gray hairs. I mean, so then automatically you're better looking without having kids.
You have to worry about
I mean,
them being taken away.
That
People are always
too.
trying to get your kids, take them somewhere, make them make clothes.
They're
or,
hungry all the time. I mean, like, I'm hungry all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, I'm hungry all the time. If I have to worry about a kid, I mean, God, that's just too much. It's just too much.
Too much worry,
Mm-hmm.
too many things, too many factors, too much money. Have that disposable income, because you know what happens to that
30
disposable
seconds.
income once you have a kid? It's not disposable anymore. It's
It's gone.
indisposable.
It's gone. They wreck your sleep. They wreck your life. They wreck your wallet. I mean,
You don't have
they're
time
just-
to work out. You just don't pay attention to yourself. You get a bunch of pets. They crap all over the house. What are you going to do? Kid's not going to pick it up. Kids are horrible.
Yeah, they're mad at you all the
10
time.
seconds.
They yell at you.
And
you
then
know.
they sneak into your room and they try and kill you in your sleep with a hammer.
Yeah, they're
Five,
creepy. They're creepy.
3, 2, 1.
No kids.
No kids.
All right. Team no kids. That was a lot of good points. A lot of good points.
All right.
It's 2 minutes for you guys with the kids.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
How old are you?
49.
So when you and the rest of humanity decide in 40 years to not have children, who's going to be taking care of you when you're shitting in your bed by yourself?
I know I'm not.
I'm not. I'll be old shitting my bed by myself too.
Man, if only you had some kids
Oh,
to
that's
take care of you.
crazy,
You know what? You know what I find funny? You know what these two people used to be? These two no-kid people?
What?
They used to be kids.
What? At
What
some point
happened
in
to
their
you
life,
guys?
they were
What
kids.
happened to make you so jaded that you don't
means
like kids?
If
Kids
you're-
are wonderful. You know what is the best part of my day?
What?
Seeing a happy child running
Why?
around being a happy child. Because it's nice. Because life is hard.
Mm.
Life is tough. Life is sad. Sometimes people have to eat deep dish pizza.
It's true. You know what?
But you know what makes it all worth it? Seeing little kids eating thin crust pizza and watching the football game.
Stop.
You better drop it.
Do you
not
like
the topic.
Hey, we're talking about how kids get stolen and kidnapped and stuff. That happens, right? You know what you're wearing right now? Clothes.
Clothes.
Who
Probably
would be
made by
supplying
kids.
those
Minute.
T-shirts without these children? Adults aren't going to work for a nickel a day or whatever it
No,
is.
we got to go to China. Get their kids to make your clothes.
Exactly.
Your
Why
Don
is it
King
good
shirt.
for you guys to have kids?
Oh, because children help keep care of me when I'm older. I
Yeah,
already
I'm
said
going to
that.
get old someday, and I need someone to take care of me
How
and
do
love
they
me.
enrich your life?
Because they were an object that I could throw my anger and love into.
You ever see kids like do jump rope? It's adorable. I see that, and they're like 99 monkeys jumping on the bed, and it just makes me feel a little bit
Give me
better
to
about my life.
25
relive
seconds.
Christmas. Christmas is a beautiful
Christmas
time.
time.
And without kids,
Christmas time with
who would
adults sucks.
Yeah,
Christmas
just
time with
fucking-
children.
Oh,
That's where
here's
it's
your
at.
potpourri.
They're super excited.
Nicholas.
Ugh. Here's your vacuum cleaner, Doug.
Exactly. I give my kids toys and candies and lights
10 seconds.
and bicycles.
You know what grandparents always want? To hear from the grandkids.
Grandkids.
They don't give a fuck about their children. They want to
Not
know
even their
how
children,
little
their
Timmy's
siblings.
doing.
Yeah.
And time. Oh man. All right.
No, I'm going up to the deep dish hard. We were robbed. We were robbed.
Leave it
Oh, you
alone.
were just a little too
All right.
salty about that.
All right. I am the boss. Thank you.
I like what you did with your ears too today.
That jacket's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And isn't it
Um,
so cute how they have to suck up just to try to garner
I'm just giving her
favor?
compliments.
Yeah. I mean, those
Yeah,
shoes are
there's
really
no
good.
shame.
though.
How opportune that you're giving these opportunities.
I'm a
All right, we
compliment.
have a
Compliments now.
1 minute rebuttal.
Okay.
Why is no kids a good thing to have in your? Why is it good not to have kids?
Yeah.
Echo, 1 minute.
To answer all of your kids' points why they're so great, guess what? Robots. Robots can do all that stuff. Robots can take care of you when you're old. Robots can, make the clothes. And there's actually robots that can fold the clothes, so you don't need kids for that. The only reason why people had kids was for labor. Now we have robots. So, we don't need kids anymore. And, there was no television back in the day. So that's why, reproduction was happening so much, and
Not
30
only that,
seconds.
but it was all about go be fruitful and multiply. Well, we've done that. Mission accomplished, Jack. We don't need to ejaculate anymore into a vagina for creation. We don't need that. Now it's
Just
all
do it.
pleasure barges
Just do
and
it when you want.
abortions and
10 seconds.
and birth control pills. No kids from this point out. We'll have robots to take care of us, and they won't steal our money, and they won't take pictures, selfies of
Time.
us at our funeral.
Oh, selfies at your funeral. It's interesting. Okay. All right. Why are kids great? 1 minute. Go.
So your whole thing is robots?
Who's gonna save you from the robot army
This is
when
your
you're old?
dark dystopian. This is Hunger Games.
No,
You're
this is-
Hunger
This
Games.
is Terminator. What are you talking about? This is
no.
the sky.
Let me tell you something.
thingy.
Let me tell you
Hunger
something
Games
that will
was
never
Skynet.
grow old. That will never grow old. The sound of a little child running to you when you come home. They're so excited to see daddy or mommy coming home from their day.
You're gonna hear a beep boop bop beady boop.
Yeah, that's what you guys want. You guys want some dark, chrome-infested future.
30
We want
seconds.
laughter. We want playgrounds. We want pools. We want puppies running around with little babies.
We
That's
want
what
the
we
future. The future.
We
Without
want to live. You want to die. With no kids?
no kids,
No
happiness,
kids.
no
Ugh.
joy, no love. That's it. It's bleak, dark,
Children
and
make
endless.
the world go round. there's that whole
10 seconds.
How are you gonna pass on your knowledge to the next
in
generation?
kindergarten, they have that picture with the earth and all the little children holding hands together. They want it with robots. That's gross.
And time. That's gross.
Kids are gross and messy.
Spread germs.
at least they're real.
too late.
At least
Too
they're
late.
organic.
It's too late. Your points. You guys have a lot of points. Robots. I mean, it's genius. I didn't even think about that. Kids, Christmas would be really
Best holiday.
really lame without kids.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like my favorite. It's not my favorite of all time, but it's like my favorite. Oh man, gotta give it to the kids.
Yes.
Ooh, the
Well,
new
I
kids
would
on the block.
politely disagree, but you're the judge, so.
Yes.
All I'm saying
Hey,
is that
Jill, you're the best judge.
oh my god,
You are
Right,
a
Zach?
badass judge. And it doesn't matter if you gave it to these schmucks.
Zach.
We
Yes.
will
we're
understand.
about halfway through. I think our show. About half. I'm not sure. I don't know when we started. 9?
Eventually.
We started at 9.
We got there.
Yes.
So, at this point,
Ooh, wrenches.
we do have some wrenches. I believe all of you can do this.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Irish
no
accent.
physicalities. Nothing.
No
nothing
blow-
weird like the last.
No
one.
blowjobs.
No.
That's my
blowjobs will
specialty,
be-
Jill.
That's your
Well,
request. I have some wrenches. First, I'm going to choose what we are arguing. The purple team is ahead by 1. Whatever. Good for you.
I'm
You guys
sorry,
still got
Jill.
this. You guys
I'm
still
sorry.
got this.
It was in the game.
It wasn't.
Chicago's lovely.
It wasn't. It really wasn't.
yeah, you just had to talk about the
So
pizza.
I have a couple topics still left over.
Talk about the culture surrounding the pie.
Don't you look at them. I see you in your
I'm
eyes,
blind. I couldn't see it even if I wanted to.
and I should be
Zach
able to
blinded
hide
us.
them better. I'm not doing a very good job. So the next argument is going to be, what superpower would you rather have? Invisibility or flying?
Oh man.
Hold on now. I do need to flip a coin.
Yes.
Like this.
I feel that this mic is magical because whoever holds this mic.
It's true.
Oh, damn it.
I apparently was timing myself. Tails. Purple gets to choose.
Fake huddle.
Invisibility.
Invisibility. Yeah.
Invisibility.
Good.
And therefore flying.
Okay.
But, like I said, there are some wrenches in this round. What I would like Team Purple to do is not use the letter T.
Oh,
Crap.
man. That means ours is going to be bad, too.
What I would like the red team to do is a form of charades in a way that one of you will choose to not talk and the other needs to figure out what they're saying and keep the argument going.
We got this. We guys.
Wait. So we can.
Way do.
No, I feel the easiest way to go about it, if you want my help, is to just not use words that have the letter
Yeah, that's
T
what I was
in
planning.
them.
Just using like actual.
Sounds
and,
good.
Talk amongst yourselves, figure out who talks more or who can.
These are great wrenches, Jill.
Yes.
I think so.
Did you pick them?
Invisibility.
Good.
Invisibility. Flying.
They,
Who's going first?
They want us to go first?
You're going
Okay.
first.
because I want
Hold
to
on.
see.
Hold on. 2 minutes on the clock. And go.
Have you ever made good money? You could if money you obtained.
That's a T.
That's T.
Robbing bank is easy when you have power of invisible. No one can see you, make you John Cena of world. Plus, allow you running around naked and no one knowing. Flying, dumb power. Everyone see flyer flying in sky. No one see invisible person walking around minding own business.
Own business good. Flying bad. 'Cause plane in air die.
1 minute.
Boom! Explosion.
Fire bad. No fire with invisible.
No.
At least
That was a T.
Oh.
have you ever walked around a gym before? Now can nude. Not nude.
Freak people seeing gym working, weights, dumbbells going up by
20 seconds.
dumbbell selves
Selves?
makes no sense. But power of invisible
4 T's. that you said.
make work.
5 seconds.
So many words have
And scene. It was great. It was great.
Very
guys.
creative.
You guys got some real,
Thank
you
you.
got a lot of stuff out
Thank
without
you.
some T's.
Thank you.
But you did say 4 T's, so I'm holding that to you.
Good luck with that charade game, guys.
So who's going to be our charader?
Me.
Okay, which
Can I
means
stand up? I'll be out of frame. Do I have to sit down?
You have
That's
to
fine,
sit
too.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Otherwise
You can
it
put
costs-
your mic down though. You don't have to hold your mic.
I want to.
Oh, okay. So, maybe.
Oh, does it turn it off?
Yeah.
I believe I did turn it off.
Okay.
Sweet.
So 2 minutes on the clock. And go.
Okay, so my partner and I agree that flying is like way awesome because you can travel all over the place, all over the world. It's, a awesome power in the heart, and it sucks to be invisible because flying is way more awesome than invisible. You can fly above the invisible people and spit, it beats walking. It beats walking. Why walk when you can fly? That's what my partner is trying to tell me. You can pee while flying and spray people while you're peeing, and you can give them golden showers. You have the power of golden showers when you are flying. This is what my partner wants to relate to everyone. And so when you are flying, also, your left breast, your heart beats. It's an adrenaline thing. You can watch people make out while you're flying from high stories. You don't have to be stuck. You can bang people in the air. Apparently, this is a thing. You can have sex in the air. And what greater thrill
1 minute.
than having sex in the air and tumbling and, spinning through the air, doing barrel rolls. Yes, you can do barrel rolls. You can't do that while you're invisible, And flying is super awesome because you can reach into your pockets and make it rain on people. You can take out money and make it rain on people. So therefore,
30
you
seconds.
can gift people with awesomeness. And let's see what else. What else is flying good for? Flying is just super awesome, and yeah, I mean it's just trumps invisibility.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. Damn it. Okay. Well, at least we can say the letter T, so that's the shit.
Personal. Make it personal.
5 seconds.
Flying is cool. Invisibility is not.
And time.
Yeah.
Was there something about Superman you were trying to say or
No,
something?
people will love you if you fly. Who's gonna love you if you're invisible? No one will even be able to see you. You won't be appreciated. But if you're flying, people want to kiss you and have
Too
sex
late.
with you.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
Yep.
okay, a minute. No T's.
Game of charades. No played. She say on her mind he fly only.
Else you can do? Plane fly. Me in plane fly.
No one know he on plane.
Have sex in plane fly.
30 seconds.
No one know.
Barrel roll.
Ghoul porn. Invisible sex
20
is
seconds.
awesome sex.
Pee in plane. Go down. Money throw.
Flying sex very hard. No
5 seconds.
no desire for
Time's up. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's
Yes,
switch
let's
this.
switch.
See what- All right. 1 minute on the clock and go.
Well, flying is just superior because you could travel the Earth, the entire globe. What are you going to do? Be invisible in like a 4-state radius? Who wants that? That's bullshit. In addition to that, flying is also very soothing and relaxing. You'll be able to see birds. Birds won't be shitting on you. You'll be shitting on those birds. Now who's in power, my friend? Who's washing their car and then getting shit on, right? Sorry, continue. Yes, you can see. Nobody can see you if you're flying because you're above them anyway.
30 seconds.
Who's looking up at someone flying, right? They can't see you. And then you can see everything. You get the best views. You can see everything down below. You can see what people are doing. You can keep an eye on.
15 seconds.
Your hair looks great as you're flying through the air. You probably have a nice wardrobe, a cape. Nobody can see you when you cover your eyes because you can see them. And also, you can look at
2,
them. And they can't
1.
look at you, but you can look at them.
Time.
Invisible people bad.
Oh, yes.
When you fly, look, bird, plane, no, Superman. Every time someone flies.
All right. These wrenches are fun. I really love the wrenches. Those are my favorite part.
You sound like cavemen.
Okay, so flying, it's pretty legit. And I can say legit.
That's right. The boss.
Invisible
Invisible. You're
is winner.
oh man, I wish I would have had something that started with a T. Like, I don't know.
Well, it's invisibility.
No, I know, but like a superpower that started with
Telekinesis.
a T. Yeah, then you wouldn't have been able to say
Mind
it.
power.
Mind power.
Push
Moving.
mind power.
Push.
Moving.
Very good.
Okay, all right. For the efforts and the lack of messing up with saying T's, I gotta give it to the charades.
They didn't even
Yes.
play charades.
Yes.
They didn't even play it.
They did.
He played.
We play. Excuse you.
You went on a rant. I was there. I
You
saw the
go
whole
on
thing.
rants. That's the whole point of arguing.
Team flying.
Yeah.
Oh, this is rigged.
Rigged. I told you. But the deep dish gave it away.
It's all back to the deep dish, guys.
That thin crust was so solid. It
Oh,
was
and
so-
that's where
Alright.
you set yourself up to fail. You keep referring to pizza. We moved on to
I'm
that
not afraid.
subject.
So
Not
where are
afraid
we?
of the truth.
We're four. That was our fourth round.
Yes.
We're at 2 and 2.
Yep.
2 and 2.
We're
2 and
tied
2.
again. Mhm.
Tied yet again.
Mhm.
All right.
I have to be. Oh, yeah, easy.
Zach has to.
Let's go.
Yeah, we got you.
We have time. We end at 10. You've got 17 minutes. You think you got this? Okay. Okay. I don't know why I feel sorry. Okay. For our last, I think probably our last topic, we'll do 3 minutes again just to make it last. I want to do West Coast first, East Coast.
Oh man.
And let's see with my handy dandy.
So we win.
Magic Mike. It's like the magicest of most
Heads.
It's the Channing Tatum of mics.
Red is heads. So you can choose East or West.
We're going West Coast.
West Coast.
I got this.
Okay.
All right. I got it.
Well, he's just gonna talk about thin crust.
No. I mean,
All right.
it might come up.
So my wrenches that I would like for you guys to do on this side, you need to be a character from SpongeBob.
You
Okay.
have to say one character,
Yeah.
or can we
Sounds
rotate?
You
good.
could be two
Oh, I
different
guess
characters.
we know who Patrick is.
No. But do we have to
Patrick's
stick,
an
do we have
easy
to, stick to our
voice.
character once we pick it, or can we
Yes,
fluctuate
no, you have
characters?
to stick to your character.
I'm Patrick. I don't know. Who can you do?
What do the characters sound like?
I don't know. Do SpongeBob.
Something I don't know his last name.
There we go. Hey, SpongeBob.
And over here,
Patrick, how are you doing?
Jamaican accents.
Oh, that's racist.
You're making me happy, man.
Oh, the sun sets on the Golden Coast. We got this. It might,
Minnesota.
Yeah,
it
man.
might come out a little Irish. It happens
I'll
sometimes.
channel this.
My
Okay.
Jamaican gets
Okay.
a little
All right.
crazy.
So we're gonna do 3 minutes again. just to make this list for
That's
me.
what we want.
Okay. And
Going first?
who goes first?
We
Well,
go first.
Yeah, because we decided what we wanted. So
We're
you get
going
to say-
first.
Okay.
Okay. Are you sure you're Patrick?
Yeah, I'm Patrick.
And who are you?
I'm Squidward.
Okay.
I'll maybe SpongeBob.
Very funny,
Maybe
Squidward.
SpongeBob.
Okay. Can you be SpongeBob?
It's gonna be a thing.
All right. 3 minutes on the clock. They are arguing East Coast and go.
All right, you West Coast weed smoking beach bums. Let me tell you something about the East Coast. We made America. We made it happen. You guys, you just soaked up the benefits. Right, SpongeBob?
Yeah, Patrick, we made the burgers. We made them.
Let me just talk about rap music. I mean, Jay-Z, Nas, Run DMC, Beastie Boys. You guys literally just have Tupac. That's right, I said it.
I didn't know Patrick talked so fast.
Patrick loves rap music. That's something we don't talk about in Bikini Bottom. No one asks about how Patrick's doing. But if Patrick was, if I told you how Patrick was doing, I'd say I'm doing like the East Coast. Great, amazing. If I was having a bad day, I'd say I'm doing like the West Coast. Crap. California, Oregon. Who wants to live in Oregon? Hippies want to live in Oregon. And where are hippies? Gone with the 60s. Right, SpongeBob?
Right. Exactly.
2 minutes left.
You know where the original Constitution of America came from, Patrick?
No, where?
The East Coast.
East Coast.
You know
No
where slavery
way.
ended? You know who was part of that?
Who?
The East Coast.
East Coast.
The
No
West wasn't
way.
doing it. They were just shooting each other with
No, if
guns
anything,
and
West
stuff.
Coast didn't want it to happen.
No.
No.
Maybe. I mean, some of them wanted it to
let's
happen.
go into that history. California, Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah. Lobster comes from the East Coast. You know what's good, Patrick?
Lobster.
And burgers.
And burgers. We invented burgers.
invented
What did you invent? All you guys have is green. Yeah, we're cannibals. All you have is green chili and nothing. Nothing after green chili. And that's not even West Coast. That's Southwest. You're banking on not even
What are
your
you talking
region's
about green chili for?
success. East Coast has everything. We have lamb. We have chowder. No one does chowder better than the East Coast, SpongeBob.
1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute
We have
left.
a minute left. Sound like
What
Woody.
what an oddly specific wrench we got to talk about how better the East Coast is than the West Coast. West Coast, more like Mest Coast. Boom. Done. Go for it, SpongeBob. Let's hear your soothing SpongeBob voice.
You know what's good about the East Coast, Patrick?
No, what?
We have pizza.
We
and
do.
Chicago and baseball.
That's right.
Chicago's
The
not in
East
the
Coast.
East.
It's
it
more
is.
east
Oh,
than
we're
west,
West.
and that's what's
Midwest.
important.
You know what's in the East Coast? Washington, Whoa, whoa.
Washington, a nation's capital, is in the East Coast. The
I'm
West
ready.
Coast doesn't have anything. Has nothing. It's got desert and trees, and who gives a crap about trees? Am I right, SpongeBob? I am right,
5
SpongeBob.
seconds. And time.
Where were you, SpongeBob?
Recalculating my voice.
That was not the time. That was not the time.
All right, West Coast. Bring it on, man. 3 minutes, go.
Well, I'm be telling you about the West Coast, man, and what be so good about it. First, you have them women, they have them asses that be so good, them cheeks be hanging out, man. And then you have them weed, man. Them weed be sticky, it be green, it get you high, man. You see, Irie, if you smoke that fire, hella mercy, right?
Hella mercy. I mean, man, come on. We got beaches. We got the ganja. We got Disneyland, man. What do you got on the East Coast?
World?
But nothing but. Oi, did we interrupt you?
They got no entertainment, man. They got a
told
bunch
you
of
this
cold
again.
weather, man.
They do have cold weather, and we have the warm weather.
How you like to go jogging at 12 a.m.? You can't do that in New York. You get shot or stabbed or you froze to death, man. It's
Yeah,
nasty
man.
business
In
going to the East
California,
Coast.
man, you have golden beaches and golden sunsets, man. And what do you have in the East Coast? Nothing but misery.
They ain't joking when they say that the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. They said
think
that.
that's the other way around.
Oh, that's.
I think
Well, I'm
Thank
changing
you.
it, man.
Thank you very much, Jamaican person.
I'm telling you that it's reversing, man, because it's so good out in California. Even the sun want to be there, man. He want to get away from the East Coast. Nobody want to live in a cold city like that. You go to a bodega, you freeze on the way over, man.
Yeah, man.
That like slipped in some Chinese.
Jamaica is all about the love, okay? So don't be judging us
15.
so bad.
You get irie, you get cool, you come out to California, you do a rap song with Snoop Lion, man. We got Snoop Lion out in California, man. Him working 4 jobs a day. That's how hard them work in California, but them play hard too.
Exactly, and them Beach Boys and them Katy Perry, they all talk about
All
the
the
West
musical
Coast. It's all
acts.
love about the West Coast. Yeah, and the movies, it's all made in
They're
California.
making a lot of entertainment out there, man.
Exactly, it's an entertaining coast.
You
and
ever seen that show Marked for Death, man? That's a great movie, man. Won
Great
4
movie.
Oscars, man. Filmed in West Hollywood, man. That don't happen in the East Coast, man.
Exactly, and why do people go to the West Coast to get
30
away from the
seconds.
East Coast? That's why they kept going, because they did not want to be contained to the East Coast. They just had to keep going until they found paradise.
With movie stars, music, ideal settings, beaches, you name it, they got it, man. It's like paradise, man.
They come to us, they run from you.
10 seconds.
It gives you lots of time to go out and hobnob with the stars and look at the stars on the walk, man. What else you going to do out in New York? Nothing, just freeze to death,
And
man.
time. Freeze to death in New York.
Freeze to.
Yes. I was going to say, please. For the love of God.
Okay.
Where are you gonna be?
Just to help yourselves out.
Get ready. I'm switching
all
my
right,
character.
I'm ready.
Alright, hold
I'm
on.
ready, SpongeBob.
We're bringing it down to 1 minute rebuttals.
All right.
And go.
First off, I think it's kind of funny that Jamaicans are arguing for the West Coast when Jamaica is clearly on the East Coast. Second, what's wrong with getting shot or stabbed? That's exciting. You know what you have to look forward to in California? Getting stuck in traffic and melting to death. You can always get warmer. You can't get colder. You can't get colder. No, you can't, West Coast.
Arrgh! You know where the birthplace of America freedom comes from? New York! Arrgh!
Philadelphia. You hate America. You like that Mexico and that
Arrgh!
Russia.
People come to New York to find a new life. They can't find that in California.
You know what they don't say about California? If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. They say that about New York.
10 minutes.
Apparently, it's a
10
lot.
seconds.
No, I'll take the 10 minutes. That's what I heard.
5
Take it,
seconds.
pirate.
Arrgh! America!
He's Mr. Krabs. Pirate?
I thought it was the
That was a
pirate.
good choice.
No, he's not a pirate.
He didn't say anything, Mr. Krabsy.
Arrgh!
You didn't be money. You didn't talk about the Krusty Krab.
Money!
You didn't do that. I've watched some.
You watched SpongeBob.
I did. I did.
Hard.
Who lives in a... Okay. West Coast. You're doing good with your Jamaican. I'm just going to leave you
I
where you
know.
are. You're
Perfect.
doing
It
great.
sounds exactly like that East Coast island.
He is rocking it.
1 minute. And go.
What is with all the hate for the West Coast? That's where all the love happens, man. You don't need to be just so bitter. But if you're on the East Coast, then yeah, you get the bitterness. You must come to the West Coast.
Them cats on the East Coast, they be very uptight, man. They be talking so fast, man. Them they think you don't even understand, man. You don't even understand what they say half the time, man. They talk so fast, man. You try and get a hot dog, they don't understand you, man, because you don't talk fast enough. In the West Coast, everybody take it
25
slow.
seconds.
You don't need to get nowhere. If you stuck in traffic for 2 hours, just light up, man. You be good. You be home in no time. You be irie. You see
Exactly.
Ja.
Exactly, and there's the yoga and all the stress releasing.
Listen to my white wife. That's right. She married into the Jamaican family. She don't speak Jamaican too well, but she
5,
gives it her all.
4,
I give it to
3,
me hot.
2, 1. Oh, man. I'm sad this has to end.
Someone from Minnesota moved down to Jamaica and was like, I'll blend in. I'll be good. I'll figure it out.
So this is a tie-breaking round. You guys had some good arguments. You really did. But honestly, John, you carried her. But it was the West Coast.
Yeah. Hey, well.
The ganja
Thank you.
and the babes.
It's not fair. It's not fair, man.
East Coast is so bad. East Coast is so hard to talk good stuff about.
What? It's the foundation America was built on.
Well, you didn't say that
Yeah,
in
we
your
did.
argument.
Yeah, we did.
They got them
You heard
Ellis
marijuana
Island.
and tuned out.
All right.
I'm sorry. Skyscrapers. You have theaters. You have fantastic fucking fashion. It's called Fashion Week. You go there.
It's hard to do it when you're a shitty SpongeBob.
All right.
Aw,
I didn't have
What
much
else
help
is
from my partner.
I should have picked Patrick.
You spent the whole game figuring out your
Point.
voice.
Point. There was a moment where he was like, I don't even know what you did, but you like found it again, and you were like, "Go!" And then you like,
I was tuning my voice.
yes. Well, West Coast wins, which means
Red team's still
red
undefeated.
team.
Woo!
Should have sat on that side, guys. I don't know.
Lot of
I
mercy.
did know that.
Is it really the red team that's always won?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Know that going
Okay,
into
well, I
this.
did
Great
not. I really didn't
tradition.
know that. But yeah, it's been a real fun game, guys. You will be back.
Yes.
Yes.
You too.
No.
Yes.
I'll be
you
back.
will. Yeah, you'll be back. You'll be back if you
Yeah.
want to. You know.
Of course.
Come back.
Anytime.
This was really fun. We love to argue random crap.
Every Thursday.
And no hard feelings, Connor.
No, no.
I know that
Sit
the
down and
dish
pile drive.
is better. Please feel free to plug anything that you guys are going to be
Sit
doing,
down and pile
anything that
drive
you guys
versus
are doing
Tales
around
from the
town. Sit down and pile drive. Connor does every Monday.
Tuesday this
Totally
week.
We're doing it
forget.
Tuesday next
this
week. Tune in Tuesday. If you're a tabletop guy and you tune in on Tuesday, you're going to be super confused. If you're a
Yep.
wrestling fan and you tune in on Monday, you're going to be
Super
Maybe not,
confused.
because Tuesday still might be RPG.
We're figuring it out. I'm excited.
We're
I'm
figuring
excited.
out
I think
the
it's a
schedule,
good
but
idea.
Tuesday, sit down and pile drive with Connor. Zach, anything that you wanted to talk
Tales-
about? You're on.
God,
all
it's the
kinds
finale on Monday of Tales for the Undertaker. It's going to be a big one, and hopefully, I don't know, something crazy might happen. Also, check out last week's episode. It should be on our past podcasts. We played new characters that set up this awesome storyline for the second book, and it's really cool, guys. Michael's an awesome DM.
Katie.
Oh, I have awesomeness with this lovely lady on Saturday. It's our last show for Steam. You know, so
Steam.
you got to come check it out at the box,
At the box.
7:30. You know, student
Steve is
improv
a student
team.
improv team, and
Yes.
yes, and it's at the box, which is downtown Albuquerque, 2nd and Gold. Be there at 7:30. It's a half an hour long. It's our last show,
Yes.
so it's gonna be great. We're gonna do all kinds of random weird stuff.
Yes.
We have a great group of people with us. Katie is amazing.
Jill is amazing. She kills it.
Couldn't do
She's like
without her.
You're
amazeballs.
telling me bias. Bias right there.
I actually I didn't even.
We've said this like 18 billion times
Yeah, I know.
tonight.
It's
John has the best podcast in
Oh,
Albuquerque.
why, thank you. Sorry, I'm looking for some dates here. Yes, I host Potential Problems podcast with Alan Clark. We're just stand-ups. We talk with anybody that comes on that we find interesting. I know we'll have you guys hopefully on
Yeah.
at some point. You guys are all amazing and funny. You can also catch me at the 4-year Headliners anniversary, June 29th. At Rio Bravo. I'll be doing a show for Kevin Kennedy, despite my better judgment.
Dylan will be there.
Dylan will be
Dylan
there.
Dylan will be
Oh,
there.
cool. Dylan will also be
So
working.
no one else go.
Avoid.
That will definitely be great. This weekend on Potential Problems podcast, we have Dylan and also one of his cohorts. I'm not sure who yet.
Scott?
Also, we have
Zach Scott.
special guest host, Cody Dove. I don't know if you guys know who Cody Dove is, but he's one of the guys who trained everybody from the show when they first started running it. He came from Second City, and he basically
Oh,
travels
yeah, yeah,
around, does these improv workshops, and starts these improv companies that continue to perpetuate. And that's kind of what has happened with the box. Is the show has you know, done their shows, and they brought a lot of other people and interest to the improv scene. So that's really cool. We're going to have him on this weekend. And it should be a great time. We'll have a couple other people on, so
Yeah.
please tune in.
Yeah.
And you're always
YouTube.
doing stand-up. You're always around.
Every Monday, I do Robot Laser Kitten Monday mic, and that's the open mic that we run every Monday. Anybody can come and have a great time. Sign-ups usually around 8:30. We start around 9.
Where is it that you do that?
That's Back Alley Draft House, which is right behind NYPD Pizza. And then I'm
Worst
usually at
pizza.
the open mics at least 2 or 3 times a
Let
week.
it go, Jill.
Yeah.
It's really bad, though.
Let it go.
Yeah.
That is our show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steam.
Thank you. Yes.
Saturday, 7:30. Please subscribe to Color Circuit
Yeah.
Live. Twitch.tv/.
Right here.
Color Circuit Live. What? On Twitch, Color Circuit Live. Subscribe.
Yes.
Like,
we want you.
follow.
Like, follow, do all the things. Thank you for watching. Come back next week. It'll be great. Thanks.
Are we out?